What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jake Shavink here, and the 2024 NFL Draft Scouting Report series continues with a big-time Senior Bowl riser in Missouri's Darius Robinson. So, Darius Robinson, 6'5", 286 pounds, 42 pressures, 9 sacks, 27 run stops in 2023. Very impressive numbers. He's lined up all over the defensive line in his career with Missouri. Has 191 snaps in the A gap, which is kind of surprising. 676 in the B gap. Has 219 snaps head up on the tackle, and then 412 snaps outside the tackle in more of a defensive end edge rusher look. And when you dive into the strengths with Darius Robinson, obviously we're going to highlight that versatility. I think he has shown the ability to play 3 technique and 5 technique as an edge rusher defensive end, right? And you see the immense power profile that he has. And a lot of that comes from his ability to have good pad level at contact, right? Having that first step explosiveness and combined with that good leverage. And he's got an impressive bull rush. All of that combines to a player who can definitely push the pocket with the bull rush, with that speed to power. You know, I think you see the long arms. You see that length show up on film, 34 3/4 inch arms. Generates really, really good extension. That can come with setting the edge as a run defender. That can sit and leverage in a gap, you know, when he's working on the inside, right? He can take advantage with some push-pull moves on some offensive linemen, tight ends, whoever he's going up against, right? And that power is very evident, can kind of toss guys aside and make plays in the backfield. Now, I think when you see him as a pass rusher, we've kind of talked already about the bull rush, how good that is, right? But he also has a go-to counter move, and that kind of club arm over, that swim move to either soften the edge, right, to clear himself a good path to the quarterback, or to kind of, you know, open things up when he's rushing from the interior. And he can really wreak havoc, right? And what's really nice is when he kind of clears contact, you see the closing burst, right? Whether it be as a rusher, that he kind of just can square up with a quick step and then just finish with impressive speed to either sack the quarterback or, you know, kind of in pursuit from the backside as a run defender. You see the high motor show up consistently, and I think that's really speaking to kind of what teams are going to get, right? When you see that motor running all 4 quarters, it's really, really impressive. So now the weaknesses for Darius Robinson, there's not a lot, but I think, you know, when you watch him rush the passer, I think, you know, obviously the bull rush, he loves to go and get the hands in tight and win. And if linemen are going to give up their chest, I mean, he's going to take advantage, right? But you'd love to see him, as if he's going to play more edge rusher, kind of be able to just more attack half of the offensive lineman, right? Work on that outside shoulder to kind of, you know, win with some power moves there and kind of be able to flatten his angle and maybe generate even more pressure than he already does. And so, you know, it's nice when you have that bull rush, but it's also nice to be able to have his explosiveness combined with the ability to kind of just work on half of an offensive lineman to generate pressure. I think he has to build some consistency on that speed to power, just because I think there's sometimes he's rising a little bit out of his stance. The pad level's a little bit high, right? And I think, you know, that combined with, you know, when you're kind of rising out of your stance, you know, that first step, that first step explosiveness, that initial, you know, kind of step to threaten the tackle one way or another, that kind of falters as well. So he just needs to be more consistent in that regard. I think the movement skills and change of direction can get a little clunky, and that comes with sometimes being, you know, higher up, right, kind of standing up when he's rushing, but it's still kind of there a little bit, right, so that he's really good working up the field, right, and in pursuit, but, you know, when you kind of ask him to change direction, it's a little more difficult for him. He's not going to be the bendiest, more flexible player to threaten the outside arc, right? He's not built that way, and would love to see him develop a few more counters. Now, I think in Mobile, you saw him kind of, he looked more flexible, more agile, more explosive, and more powerful really as a whole. And you saw him when he played with really, really good pad level, which I think he did throughout the week. I think that showed teams that, you know, he's coachable, right? We can get the best out of him, right? With technique, with pad level, how he arrives at contact. So I think the Senior Bowl was a really good step to show that, like, okay, there's that ability to build that consistency with Darius Robinson. And I think Darius Robinson is going to be, at the very least, a day 2 pick, probably a 2nd round pick, honestly. with how much he's shot up media boards to this point. But he's going to be a really exciting player for a team if they can get multiple, with their looks on the defensive line. I think he's going to be a very, very crucial and versatile piece to it. So if you guys enjoyed this video on Darius Robinson, if you did, throw a like on there, subscribe if you're new. Plenty more scouting reports, film rooms, and draft stuff coming all off season long. I will catch you guys in the next video. Farewell.